Hello guys, welcome back to yet another live stream. Number 355 today. Jeez, almost 2 years worth of live streams. And it only took me 3 years to do it, right? I think I started streaming on Twitch at least back in 2017. 2020. Only took 3 years to get a year's worth of streams. So yeah, welcome to another stream. Today we're going to be flying the Coronado M20 Ovation instead of our usual Cessna 152, and the reason for that being, well, something to do with the fact, I'm sure if you can tell, that frickin' weather. My God, UK weather-wise right now, not doing so hot. The VFR flights that I wanted to do, like I waited for a while, thought I'd see if the weather somehow improves so we can do that flight, but yeah, that never happened. So yeah, no VFR flying today will be happening. We're going to be flying IFR instead, and the Cessna 152 is a little bit lacking in terms of IFR, so I thought now would be a good time to bring out the Coronado M20 and take it up a IFR. We'll flight from Manchester down to East Midlands Airport. So that's what we're going to do. Right now, still parked up in Manchester. Aircraft all opened up here. Got her, gonna get her ready to go. Go through the checklist. Check in. And for our flight plan, it's going to be pretty damn simple. We are flying flight plan, just depart to the south, Listo to Pedig to the East Midlands, NDB, Echo Mike Echo, and then from there we'll try to execute the NDB ILS approach, and otherwise if ATC instructions otherwise, we'll see. At the moment, based on that spot, I can see that we should have Manchester online and the East Midlands Tower and Natus are online, but how long they'll stay on. But Manchester, everyone up to approach is online. Should be in touch with them. All in all, the flight shouldn't take us too long. 45 minutes up in the air. Let's see how we do all together. I'm just loading up the charts on my tablet just to check. I do want to open up top right corner is gonna be the checklist. All right, cool. Let me know, stream, everything's running smoothly, working good as intended. Hopefully no face cam today. I mean, I could, but I usually use my phone as a webcam, and I have that on charging right now. Charged it up earlier, so but yeah, it should be okay. Go ahead, step in the aircraft. So first things first, what we do, go in and get rid of our internal power there, get rid of the static elements, then baggage and co-pilot door. Aircraft's already set up cold and dark. Should have the fuel and payload already set up. From there, 190 pounds for the pilot, 80 pounds of baggage on board, and 314 pounds of fuel. Shouldn't really need that much. I have 3 hours worth of fuel, but in case we need to hold for something, the weather gets worse, and that kind of stuff. And yeah, 270 pounds of total payload on board. Not too heavy. The batteries and everything's turned off for the time being. We'll leave it that way. Heat, everything good. Turn on the aircraft in just a second to grab ATIS and speak to our controllers. Meanwhile, let's write down so it get off. Bravo, Victor, Yankee, Kilo. That is what our registration is. And gate wise, I believe we are at park in Microsoft Flight Sim parking numbers don't match the charts, but estimating based on the fact that there's a taxiway there and only a couple of stands to our right, I would say park in 71, give or take. We're at. There is night lighting mod for Manchester Airport, but that's about it. Other Manchester Airport scenery that I could see. Not sure if there's a payware one. Highly likely. Yeah. That is that. We're going to East Midlands. Okay. In terms of departure, what I can expect is out of runway 23, one of the departures, sorry. The to Sierra or to Zulu. Probably Listo to Yankee, most likely, is what we're gonna get. 410-9er. I'm gonna refile my flight plan, sorry. Saying that we're altitude 7,000 for cruise. Cool. East Midland charts. I know you can't see any of this, but star, have a star approach, ILS 27 ND, taxi 10-9er and 10-9er Alpha. Cool. And I'll go over this briefing with y'all later. So let's get in the aircraft and go through the checklist here. So let's go ahead and do the before starting checks. Before starting checks, pre-flight inspection is completed. We got everything we need. Seatbelts, shoulder harnesses check. Magnetos and starters. Down here, magnetos off, starters off. Master switch is off. Alternate field switch is off. Radio master switch is off. Fuel boost pump switches are off. Directional gyro is slaved. Circuit breakers all in. ELT is armed. Down in the arm position. The rocker switch is off. Alternate static source pushed off. Alternate. Trying to remember. Been a while since I flew the M20. Be down here. There you go. Throttle close, propeller high RPM, and make sure idle. Cool. Moving on. Parking brake is set, hold on. Wing flap is up. Defrost is off. Cabin heat is off. Cabin vent that on. Be right below this right here. Pull on. Fuel selector, the fullest tank. We should have the same amount of fuel in each tank, so we'll go ahead and start. Yeah. Left tank. I'm gonna keep more fuel in the right tank because all our weight is on the left side, which is so keep some fuel on the right side, burn off the left side, just to keep things balanced a little bit better. Landing gear down, emergency gear extinguisher down and latch, internal lights as required. Passenger briefing completed, and we can go ahead and turn on our battery power. Craft comes on, perfect. Some of that lighting going. Nav lights, cool. Let me see if having external power helps. Not really. Just burns off. Doesn't seem to make use of the external power, does it? Like that battery seems to be just for show. Oh well, so we don't have too much power. We need to get our engine started. So let's grab ATIS and go there soon. So 121907. That we're gonna have to turn avionics on as well. Okay, 121907. And ground is 12185. Okay, COM 1 should be on.
Rock 224, apologies for I handed you off. At contact tower now 118.625, once again, apologies.
Okay, ATIS seems to be on text only, no voice ATIS apparently. So let's grab text ATIS. Manchester ATIS information. Foxtrot is current. At time 1420, so just 30 minutes ago. Automatic, runway in use 23 right. Transition level 65. Note that down. Surface winds 190 at 6. Winds are coming from the south, 6 knots. Running between 150 and 220. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. I somehow doubt that. Overcast at 200 feet. Okay, you know what? Okay. Temperature +1. Dew point 0. Sorry, temperature +10, 10 degrees. Dew point 9er. QNH 908 hectopascals. QFE 989er. Acknowledge received information. Foxtrot and advise aircraft type on first contact. All right. Put it ground now 12185, and I'll put in tower as standby 11860.
Roger. Standby for rerouting.
Alrighty.
November 751 Papa Golf. Follow the easy 2588, which is an A320 in front of you. Just continue behind him.
We'll follow the EasyJet behind him.
Turn on the avionics. We don't really need. Up with the electrical usage there. Manchester ground, hello, Golf, Bravo, Victor, Yankee, Kilo, radio check.
Last station readability 5.
You. Manchester ground, Golf, Bravo, Victor, Yankee, Kilo, type Mooney, Ovation, stand 7-1, information, Foxtrot, request clearance to East Midlands.
Golf Yankee Kilo standby.
Yeah, that visibility's fun times.
November 751, November 751 Papa Golf, contact tower now 118.625, bye-bye.
Let's see this one.
Tower 118.625, thanks for the help. Citation 1 Papa Golf.
Hybrid. Altimeter still in inches HG. Oh. Up. I mean, it shouldn't. Chester.
Shuttle 490, contact tower now 118.625, have a nice flight, bye-bye.
Contact tower on 118.625, shuttle 490.
Elevation is 257 feet, so we can just manually to get that. 57.
Mike, Sierra Echo 125, Manchester ground.
Somewhere around there.
Via the Sample 1 Romeo departure, squawk 3530.
Sample 1 Romeo 3530, Manston Air 25.
Manston Air 125, read back correct, contact me for push.
Manston Air 125, ready push.
Manston Air 125, Roger, stand 27, push and start approved, face south.
Approved face south, Manston Air 125.
Golf Yankee Kilo, apologies for the wait. Cleared via the Listo 2 Romeo departure, squawk 7014.
No worries. Golf Yankee Kilo clear to East Midlands. Listo 2 Romeo. Squawk 7014. Golf Yankee Kilo. Two.
London 345, Manchester ground, good afternoon. With you requesting taxi to business aviation market.
There's that departure. Cool.
345, Roger, cleared to the aviation parking via Alpha.
Business aviation via Alpha, custom 345.
Manchester ground. Golf Yankee Kilo. Gate 71. Request startup. No pushback required.
Golf Yankee Kilo, confirm squawking 7014. Squawking 7014. Golf Yankee Kilo. Roger, Golf Yankee Kilo, stand 70, startup approved.
Startup approved. Golf Yankee Kilo. Okay, so I just want to start my engine first before we do all the other things. That way we're not draining off the battery and we can still start our engines before, the battery runs out. So, as for startup, mixture in, fuel on, fuel pump on. This pump, get fuel pressure, 2, cool. And we can go ahead, turn our beacon lights on. At an airport like this, sounds ridiculous to do, but yell out the window, clear prop, and we start that engine. All right, looks good. We shouldn't run out of battery now. Okay. Charge alternators on. Let's pump off. Idle. At about 1,000 RPM. There we go. Sweet. Rest of the checklist now. So after start checklist, idle 800 to 1000 RPM, engine oil pressure check in the green arc. Oil pressure is in the green arc. Low boost fuel pump is off. Burner tax, which, to be honest, there, strobes off. Recognition is going to be a strobe lights, leave it off. External internal lights as required. Okay, cool. Instruments checked. Fuel flow indicator test and reset. Looks okay. Make sure just for smooth operation. Blah blah blah. Before taxi checklist. Next, okay. Before we do that though, we need to program in our SID out of here. Got the transponder already in. Turn on the rest of our radios. Okay, cool. So flight plan. Enter. First up, we'll put out our departure airport. Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. So Golf Charlie Charlie. Hey there, TW. Thanks for your follow the other day. How you doing, man? Okay, Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. Then is going to be the SID. Our first flight plan waypoint is Listo. Chuck that in there. Okay, L. GHI. But I hate the 430. It's a lot more useful than the default 530, 430 of P3D in my opinion. But they're just limitations of them in general. So wish we had the GTN already. Miss it so bad. So just for simple stuff like this, being able to enter. So Listo, there we go. From Listo, it is Hedig and then Echo Mike Echo. Hedig. Oops. Papa Echo. India. There we go. Enter. Okay, and after Pedic is East Midlands. In DB, Echo, Mike Echo. Mike and Echo. Better way, you might be faster. East Midlands. Alright, and after that will be our destination airport itself, so that's going to be Echo Golf November X-ray. Echo Golf November. East Midlands. There we go. So that's our whole flight plan there. 67 nautical miles in total cumulative. That looks good. Pilot log. Yep, looks good to me as well. There should be 13, 30, 20, and 5 estimated. 67 nautical total. Cool. And we go back up the top there on menu, and we can select departure. The departure will be the Listo to Romeo. So to Romeo. There we go. No transition. Runway 23 right. Load. Thank you for your follow, fellas. Welcome on board the flight. Alrighty. So, just taking a look at the SID chart here on Navigraph. So it's a Listo to Romeo departures. A climb right ahead. Runway heading at 2 DME from the Manchester VOR. Make a left turn, 162 track. Cross 7 DME from Manchester at or above 3,000 feet. Intercept Honolulu, radial 339er inbound to Listo at 5,000 feet. Minimum climb gradient 14% to 2 DME, 6% to 5,000 feet. 14% for us is going to be 1,500 feet per minute climb at the very minimum. And after we hit 2 DME from Manchester, we can continue to climb at around 900 feet. The initial climb altitude is, according to the SID, also 5,000, so we'll put that in here. 5,000. Alright, cool. Now we can tune in the 2 VORs that we need. So Manchester 113.55. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. I hope we have a safe flight. I mean, looking at the weather, it just keeps getting worse and worse. I wanted to fly VFR, but unfortunately this... Oh. Yeah, sorry. 113.55. Panel to do it. Faster 113.5. Tune it in, make sure we get a DME readout from it. Yep, cool. And the other VOR, we're going to have Honolulu 113.65. Get our radio bottom there, COM 2 and NAV 2 there. 5. That on the active as well. And if we switch to other, we only have one DME. Seems to be the case. Well then. Yeah, it's getting it from 113.55 at the moment. Alright. I mean, for the other one, I just need to pick up a radial towards it. So, 113.65 radial 339er. 339er from 1592. That in here. 592. And 59er. Oops, sorry. 15. You're right about there. Okay, and this one I want it to be right now. So Manchester, the initial departure heading from the runway is 32. Then 162 after. So I'll tune into the heading that we're gonna pick after at turn. So 162. And of course radial to 9er or 159er, sorry. Again, this is from the Manchester VOR right now, but I'm going to go ahead and put on standby the Honolulu for nav 1 113.5. 5 as well. Have that on standby just in case we need to use it. Indeed. Sweet. Alright, so we can go ahead and request a taxi from the controller now. We are set to go. So before taxi checked, engine start completed, radio master on, elevator trim checked, internal light set, directional gyro set, standby vacuum red button visible, yep. Standby vacuum switch on. No need to really test that, it should be working. Turned out on plane after all, no failures. Radios checked set, altimeter set, finish 998. Fuel selector set on left engine, cabin heat, we can turn that on. The cabin heat on, pull the defroster on as well. Or, yep, everything looks good. Cabin vent on, taxi before taxi. Start list, rudder trim as required, flaps as required, parking brake, and they're full forward, high RPM, mixture full rich, and artificial horizon. Erect, cool. Let's request taxi now. Hang ground, Golf Yankee Kilo request. We have tuned out 11862. We have tuned on the ground 185 somehow. And ground Golf Yankee Kilo request taxi.
Golf Yankee Kilo, roger, taxi, taxi Mike 123 right via Echo, Delta, Papa, Kilo, and Juliet.
Sorry, can you give that one once again for Golf Yankee Kilo?
Golf Yankee Kilo, no problem, that's Mike 123 right via Echo, Delta, Papa, Kilo, and Juliet.
Roger, holding point Mike 1 for 23 right via Echo, Delta, Papa, Kilo, and Juliet, Golf Yankee Kilo.
Tomjet 288, contact tower now 118.625, bye-bye.
18625, thanks very much. Tomjet 288.
Alright, release parking brakes.
And we're now
A right hand turn.
now to Mike 1 via 423 right via Juliet.
Of traffic around us. Keep an eye out for that guy. He's also taxiing out by the looks of it. On VATSIM.
November Whiskey Delta, sorry for the delay there. Taxi to Juliet 123 right via Echo, Delta, Papa, Kilo, and Juliet.
Okay, this should be Echo right here. Stick on it. Straight ahead. Kilo, Juliet.
And we're now 554, contact
Alright.
tower now 118.625, bye-bye.
Manchester ground, easy 401, we're ready for taxi.
Easy 401, roger, taxi, Mike 123 right via Lima, Papa, Kilo, and Juliet.
Taxi call Mike 1, runway 33 right via Lima, Papa, Quebec, and Juliet, easy 401.
And Golf Bravo Yankee Kilo, slight alteration. Taxi straight ahead onto Lima, then Papa, Kilo, Juliet.
Straight ahead Lima, then Papa, Kilo, and Juliet, Golf Yankee Kilo.
And November Whiskey Delta, that's the same for you, so you can taxi Lima, Papa, Kilo, and then as far.
Lima, Papa, these Kilo. Carry on.
Alright, so Lima's to the left. Go left instead of right. Here. Be Lima. IRL, I would imagine they have taxiway signs listed, if I recall correctly, on the ground. Points right here. Makes it a little bit interesting. Anyways, we're at Lima now. Right again to Lima and then Papa Kilo. and we won't have much to see. Keep our distance from the guy ahead. You know, the thrust can be pretty dangerous for aircraft our size. But yeah, not gonna use a track IR today. Kids really don't need a head on a swivel because there's not much to see outside today. Gonna be mainly IMC flight. Gonna be an instrument for the majority of the flight. Kind of fun.
Runner 554, you're on my frequency.
Those guys are in New Zealand at FS apparently. Interestingly. But yeah, unfortunately, can't wait. But unfortunately, we only have generic planes showing up for now. But there should be a mod coming. Well, not really a mod, but model matching from good guys at Boston Virtual AI. Should get their model matching and then have a really nice AI that actually looks like what they are flying in terms of the call sign, the airplanes, just like we do in P3D. Here on Papa, follow the guy pretty much. So, yeah.
And easy 401, contact tower now 118.625. Have a nice flight, bye bye.
Contact Tower 118.625, easy 401.
Tango Juliet Victor 219, apologies for the wait there. Contact delivery now on 121.7.
1217, it's Binjet, not Tango Juliet Victor for future reference.
I do not have that on my scope here, so I'll update that for you. Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay, I think we are on Kilo now. Straight ahead to Juliet and all the way to Mike 1. Somebody joining the taxiway from the terminal here. Left looks clear. Right looks clear. No one vacating runways and the likes. Yeah, that visibility, man. Fun stuff right here. Pretty amazing how bad it can get. Check a notch of flaps down. That later. Yeah. Oh boy. Again, for default, the live weather does a decent job.
Golf Yankee Kilo, contact tower 118.625. Have a nice flight, bye bye.
118.625 for Golf Yankee Kilo. Have a good day, bye. Manchester Tower, hello. Golf Bravo Victor Yankee Kilo on Juliet, holding point Mike 1.
Golf Bravo Victor Yankee Kilo, Manchester Tower, roger. This Zealand 3511 Manchester Tower.
Manchester approach seems to have gone offline, so it's just going to be Unicom once we're airborne. But I mean, look at that. Once we get a proper model matching in the likes like the thrust, lighting, and the fog. Oh, so good. Yes, Sim. gonna be so good. So eventually. But yeah, that is some horrible weather. You do not want to be stuck in this weather. That plane just disappear in the distance. Goodbye. It's gone. All you can make out is his lights. But even that, just barely. Right.
And there's Houston 3511. I guess you're not close.
So we wait until we
401, monitor Unicom 122 decimal 8.
wait until we hit a minimum
Unicom
of
122, CZ401.
2 miles and 760 feet. Turn 760 feet required, and we wait until we hit the 2-mile mark. We make that left turn. Continue climbing to 5,000 feet and intercept that radial towards Honolulu. The instrument flying for the most part. Okay. Holding at Mike 1, which says Charlie, but it isn't. Holding point Mike 1.
And Houston 3511, runway 2 for your right, clear take up 719, 0 degrees, 5 knots.
Heat on. Boost pump on for the departure. Ignition lights on, landing lights on. Lights on. Gonna be entering that runway. So flaps are selected and visually see them as well. Cool. Added a notch of flaps. And
So good afternoon, November 25, to get over taxi now,
November 1.
neutral for takeoff. In the takeoff range right here. Cool. Just waiting for Air New Zealand to go, and there'll be a big gap between him and us. Big turbulence. Then we move on. Unfortunately, ATC has seemed to have signed off. It will just be in Unicom for most of the flight, it seems. Kind of a shame, but, you know, what you gonna do? Gotta do GPS navigation. There we go. Cool. Remote RNAV. Cool. Gonna wait on tower to line us up.
All stations, Manchester broadcast, Manchester Tower is now closed. So station 1 come on to Manchester.
Oh, tower's closing. Have a good day. Cheers. Alright, we're on Unicom apparently. 0.80.
Manchester traffic minute, 1 whiskey Delta, holding at hotel 123, right?
Manchester traffic, Golf Bravo Victor Yankee Kilo, taking off runway 23 right, the south. Okay, brakes released. Traffic's holding. Don't see any traffic on arrival, so we depart. Right foot clear. Taxi lights off. Okay, runway verified, and let's go. Have power. Winds are going to be slightly from our left, coming from the south last we checked. Okay, there's 80 knots. Let's rotate. We go. Gear up. Trimmer out for 120 knot climb. 1,500 feet per minute. Actually, 100 knot climb will do. 1,500 feet per minute. Trim that out for that kind of climb rate. Till we hit 2 DME from Manchester. So currently 1 DME out on the runway head in. .6 DME right now. Oh, don't worry. I mean, wasn't much to it. Nice and smooth. 1.9 DME. And there's 2 DME. Alright, let's left-hand turn. Flaps up now. A high rate of climb. Left turn and follow the GPS. Level off. Scanning our instruments. We are fully IMC. Will remain so for the duration of this flight. You can see on the GPS I'm going way off. I'll try to correct for that. Make a right-hand turn. Get that climb going. Accelerate. Back the power just a hair. The flight director on, set it to navigation and arm the altitude. Arm 5000, autopilot engage. Should get us on the GPS track. Add a little bit more, 2300 RPM. The RPM at 2300, 25 inches manifold. Go back, make sure it's a bit. Cool. Climbing nicely and should be on GPS track. Hopefully. It's taking me to not sure where the heck it's taking me. Okay. Take me direct to Activate leg. There we go. Now we're on the correct track, climbing to 4,500, 500 feet per minute. It's looking good. Again, can't really see much outside at all. There's traffic behind us. We're going to maintain 5,000. The TBM behind us. Turn the boost pump off now. Leave the pitot heat on. Lighting wise, nav lights, strobe burning on, taxi lights off, flying lights remain on, recognition on. But keep all the lights we can. Keep ourselves as identifiable as we can during the low. We are on Unicom, so traffic's not on our own. We don't have a TKS on board, so that makes this relatively sketch. We'll see how this goes. We should be coming up on Listo, 5,000 feet. Required. Oh, looks like. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Here in the weather, just at 5,000. The tops this layer at 5,000 by the looks of it. That's beautiful. Right. After Listo, we're going to Pedic. I'm going to climb us all the way up to 7,000 feet. 1,000 arm climb, go. And above 5,000, we are above transition as well, so we can go back to 209 or 2. Wrong way. A lot of scrolling to get there. 299 or 2. So yeah, when flying IMC like this, basically don't look out the window, look at your instruments, and you got to do a quick scan of all your instruments. Typically you're going to go something like just check the ADI first, make sure you're flying straight and level, you know, not doing something crazy up or down. Take a look at your ADI, and then what you want to do is quickly scan between the rest of your fix pack, coming back to the ADI each time. Typically what I would do is start with the ADI, look left to the speed, it looks okay, come back, the ADI. ADI is still looking okay. Then I'll go down, turn coordinator looks okay, and matches that I'm not turning, turn coordinator looks okay, pull back to the ADI. Then down here to the HSI, or in this, yes, make sure that those are matching up. We're actually heading on the course, that looks okay, looks good. Back to the ADI. Then look at the altimeter, make sure the altitude we are at, we're not busting any altitude constraints that we set for us, and we're climbing as what look like, looks good. Altimeter is good. Back to the ADI, and then down to the vertical speed, climbing at 500 feet per minute, not doing anything excessive. It's okay, you start sort of maintaining it. Back to the ADI and repeat the scan in between, occasionally between the ADI, also to look at your engine instruments, or that those are looking okay, all temperatures, all pressures. Pressure's sort of creeping up, but still in the green. Temperatures are good. EGT, cylinder heat, RPM, good. Pretty much where I wanted it to be. Manifold pressure is a bit low, so I'm going to get it back up to 25 inches. There we go, 25 inches manifold pressure. The flow is good. Outside our temperature 4 degrees. We got our pitot heats on. Not much we can do in terms of de-icing or anti-icing. On this plane, got our defrost on. Carburetor heat is not a thing in this, so there's a certain risk icing we are taking here. Temperatures are relatively low, flying to be sure. Not the greatest situation, not recommended. Do not try this at home, but for our intents and purposes, it works. Look at that. Just like that, we're up cruising just above the clouds. How beautiful is that? What a great evening. It is unfortunate that we are going to have to eventually get down into this mess. eventually we are gonna have to descend. There's traffic in front of us. That direction. Not in sight. Could be below the clouds, could be way above us at this point. I don't know. Don't really know. That was a TBM that was coming up behind us. He is fast too. Alright, so I can see what's happened now. We have shot past our altitude 7,000 here. Is at some point, I guess I got disarmed or something. We are cruising way on past the altitude. That being said, though, it does have alt turned on. I guess it has altitude hold turned on, but not quite at the altitude that I wanted to be at. I'm gonna arm 7,000 again in the hopes that it starts to descend. .100 feet per minute, back down to 7,000. Why it's maintaining 75 instead. $7,000. 200 feet per minute down. Once I'm at 7,000, I'm going to engage altitude hold manually. So we're heading Listo to Pedig now. We'll be at Pedig in 13 minutes. Good. After Pedig, we'll turn. We'll be very close to our destination airport anyways, towards Midland. We'll descend down to 3,000 feet and head towards East Midlands. Actually, I'll keep it at 5,000. We'll enter the hold over the NDB and descend down to 3,000. And I guess I can show that to you. What we're gonna do here. Alright, so if we take a look at Navigraph here, refresh that real quick. So that is where we are. Up our flight plan. There we go. There's our flight plan, so we're heading towards Pedig. Pedig's to the East Midlands NDB. What I'm going to do is just pick up directly the NDB approach. We'll fly towards the East Midlands NDB. We'll join the overhead hold descending down to aircraft will normally require to hold at not lower than 3,000 feet. Cool. Descend to 3,000 and then use the NDB to get onto the ILS. So once we're at 2,000, crossing the NDB, we'll tune in the ILS as well. And that should pick up size slope on the localizer and descend down with it. No problem. But yeah, 3,000 feet or above. Once we initially reach the locator. So we're coming in from this direction. What I'm going to do is teardrop join. So once we're overhead the East Midlands NDB, take a right turn. About heading, I would say, the 90, about 45, 135, heading 135, roughly, give or take. Fly towards it until we hit 8.2 DME from IME. Make a left turn straight towards the NDB. The hold that way. Plan of action, and then we land. After we land, what we're going to do is landing runway 27. I believe that is still active. You can grab ATIS to confirm that later. We'll land and then park at the 10-9 Charlie or the East Apron for general aviation. Maybe the East Apron charts. 8-9er Bravo. Nope, that's the main terminal. 10-9er Charlie. That's the cargo, okay. Ah. Cargo. Okay, the East Apron has a cargo, and the West also has cargo. Where does general aviation park at this airport then? There are just none. Central West Apron, I guess. I mean, I can take a quick look. Each. Okay, you know what? We'll just go to the East Apron and we'll see what the ground controller gives us because there is ground online anyways. Alright, I did not pay attention that we descended past the altitude also. Oops. So let's get back. Actually, no, it works out because we're descending towards East Midlands anyway, so that's fine. ATC wise, we got Tower and ATIS line at Midlands. So Tower is going to be 124.0. I'll put that on my standby. On 24.00. Cool. And ATIS, grab that now. 122.6. We got information echo, and finish is 90908, which now 907. 947. Cool. And we're descending down to 3,000 feet now. We're at 5,000. 5 minutes to go till we reach Easton. I'm gonna go ahead and load in an approach now. I go to procedure, select approach. ILS 27. NDB localizer DME. ILS. ILS 27. Yeah, the East Midlands NDB. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Load that in. I'm going to try to do the alternate procedure instead as listed on the chart. The alternate procedure says overhead the locator, not below 3,000 feet. Fly outbound heading 128 from the locator. Descend to 2,000 feet. 8.2 DME from IEME. Make a left turn and intercept the localizer. I'm going to try to do that instead. So we got the QNH set. NDB is 353.5. 5. 3.5. We got the NDB there. Perfect. Approaching it fast. Down a little bit. Okay. And ILS frequency 109.35. Put that on nav 1. 109.5. And the course required for that 260. Niner. Right about there. I'm gonna set our heading 128 and activate heading mode. Heading 128. Okay, let's slow down. Your propeller full rich. Boost pump on again for the landing. Back into the soup. IMC. So our minimums for this approach is going to be 482 feet or 200 feet on the radial tip. Our radio, so 482. 482. Once this reads 8.2 DME, that's when we can make a left turn back towards the ILS and pick that up. And this is the ILS right here. Centered, so let's send now to 2,000 feet. Arm that. Okay, there's 8.2. Make a left turn. Back towards the localizer. Fly heading 30 initially. Contact with the ground there, so lighting. And then tower 118.3.
Acknowledge your receipt of information. Echo. Time 1520. Runway in use 27.
Sorry, 124.0.
12 knots. Visibility 10. Kilometers or more.
Shooting past the localizer right now. Left turn. We're below the glide slope and slightly to the right of the localizer, so I'm going to track left till we intercept it. Good heading and arm approach. There's 100 knots. We are 10 miles from the airport. Should intercept at 2,000 feet at 5 DME, 5 miles to go. At 5 DME, we should pick up the glide slope. East Midlands Tower, hello, Golf, Bravo, Victor, Yankee, Kilo, turning to ILS.
Golf Bravo Victor, Yankee Kilo, East Midlands Tower, good afternoon, sir. Runway, select wind 220 degrees, 12 knots. Runway 27, clear to land.
Runway 27, clear to land, Golf, Yankee Kilo. There is traffic coming into land? No. Just way the frick up there. Alright, cool. Fly heading 245. I haven't picked up the localizer just as yet, but we should be doing that shortly. Alright, landing checks, flaps are still up, propeller RPM and mixture full rich. Waiting to establish. Once established, we'll get gear and flaps ready, and we're already in the white arc for flaps. 800 knots right now. Alright, localizer should be coming along nicely. And about 2.5 miles to go till we are on the glide. Should start turning towards it automatically towards the localizer. It does. Autopilot. Nope, it doesn't. It shoots. Past it. That's cool. Or we can do that. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the autopilot. Apply this manually. Glide's coming down. Be capturing in about a mile. Localizer. Shit. Go down all the way to 480 feet. For which point we need to go around. Place a missed approach, go around, and climb straight ahead 3,000 feet. Left. Pass the look. Again. Light slopes upon us. Put gear down. Notch of flaps. Power a little bit more. Localizer's coming back around. More power. Off to the right. Off to the right. Glide looking okay on the glide, not so much on the loc there. A bit high on the glide. I can make out just a little bit in the distance some runway lighting. Worst case, we shouldn't have to go around at least. Get that glide, get back on the boat. He said from 220, so just for that a little bit. Oops. Trying to fix that alarm clock. Should not be ringing right now. Alright, we got a clearance to land way off. If this was an instrument, we would have screwed up. Done missed approach at this point, but have a visual. Get back on track, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, gears down. More notch of flaps. Go down to 80 knots now. Get back on that glide. If I fly like heading to 50-ish, should, check with as far as the wind is concerned. Maybe two at most. Trim in to try to get back on the glide. And there comes the glide slope. At 80 knots, we don't need more than 300 feet per minute. Back on the boat. Flaps full down. Corrector. Okay. Not so sure about that landing rates. But alright. Welcome. Flaps up. Gate next exit. Okay, fuel boost pump off. Get trim in the neutral position. Miss our exit point. What's up? Okay.
Eastman's task, good afternoon again. Logan 67 Mike.
Logan 67 Mike, East Mellors Tower. Welcome back. Good afternoon.
Hi Dave, we're on 32 Emery 135 and we have Echo 998 and request IFR to London City.
Logan 67 Mike, clear to London City, 733 November departure, 7027.
Cleared London City, down 33 November, for departure 147027.
67 Mike, correct.
And Tower Golf Yankee Kilo, runway vacated and Mike, request taxi.
And Golf Yankee Kilo, welcome to the East Midlands. Taxi to the North Maintenance, that's straight ahead on Mike.
Straight ahead on Mike to the north maintenance for Golf Yankee Kilo, thanks. This should be on the right side over here. North maintenance. All right, we can park up anywhere around here, pretty much.
122, push to start approved.
Around and park right here. All right, that looks good. Decent light in, I would say. Let's get our flashlight on because it's very dark. Once the lights go out, so taxi lights off. Prop our back feather. Turn our avionics radio master off first. Keto heat off. Electronic trim off. Cool. Alternator off, and we can kill the engine. Off. For warning, cut the fuel off. Battery master off. Cool. That's our flight, cold and dark, completed at this point. Not sure why the engine's not cutting out. Probably due to the wind. Really. Happens sometimes. There's a lot of wind. Engine won't cut off because it's like the windmilling due to that wind. So they'll keep windmilling and look kind of funky. But yeah, with that, thank you guys for your follow TW earlier and Phyllis. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a nice fun flight and the ovation of it. Hopefully the weather improves so I can get back to some VFR flying in Air Hauler 2. But until that point, that's it. Not going to be streaming tomorrow. And most likely not on Wednesday either. Thursday, maybe. Christmas Eve. Friday, we'll see how that goes. Holidays really up in the air. I'm not going to commit anything really flight schedule wise. But in case I don't see you over Christmas, have a happy holiday, stay safe, stay alive, and I'll see you in the next stream. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.